Hi everyone, this is Emmy. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet this very easy poncho. And you'll make this poncho in two sections, and then you join them down the two sides with buttons, or you can sew them down the two sides. And you have this nice textured panel in the center and down the two sides. And you can make it also as a short cropped sweater. So let's get started. For this demonstration, I'm working with 2 strands of worsted weight yarn and a 9mm crochet hook. You can use any size yarn and any size hook to make this poncho. Start with a slip knot and work a foundation chain that is as long as you would like for the width of your poncho. This poncho is worked bottom up. So work your foundation chain in any number. When you have your foundation chain the correct length, you're going to double crochet in the 3rd stitch from the hook. 1, 2, 3. Double crochet. And we're working the bottom band. So double crochet in each of the stitches all the way across the row. Like that, all the way across the row. For the next row, chain 2, 1, 2, and turn the work. I'm still working on the bottom band, so I'm going to work front post and back post double crochets across the row. So to make the first front post double crochet, yarn around the hook, insert under the post from the front, and complete the double crochet. And now I'm going to make a back post double crochet in the next stitch. Yarn around the hook, from the back, around the post, pick up the yarn and pull it through, pick up the yarn, pull it through 2, pick up the yarn, pull it through 2. Like that, and I'm going to do that all the way across the row. So the next stitch will be a front post. And the next stitch will be a back post. And a front post. And a back post. Like that, and you're going to do that all the way across the row. Okay, I've gone ahead and I've worked all the way across the row. And this is the bottom band of the poncho. And I found my center stitch and I marked it. And I just counted until I got to the center. And now I'm going to make this textured center front band. Like this section here. And I'm going to do 6 stitches on each side of the center. If you'd like a narrower band, you could use 10 stitches or 8. So I'm going to go ahead, and from this stitch, I'm going to count 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to mark that stitch. And that's going to tell me when I start working my band. So I'll come to this side, and I'm going to count this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is going to be my front band, and this is where I'm going to work front and back post double crochet. I'm also going to work front and post double crochet up these 2 sides in the first 3 stitches. So chain 2 and turn, and that will count as the first double crochet. In the next stitch, work a front post double crochet, and in the next stitch also work a front post double crochet. And now I'm going to work plain double crochet up onto the next marked stitch. So just a regular double crochet. like that, right up to the first marked stitch. Okay, I've worked double crochet right up to my marked stitch. So I'm going to remove that marker. And I'm going to make my first front post double crochet in that stitch. And then a back post double crochet in the next stitch. And then a front post double crochet. And then a back post double crochet. Like that. And then I'm going to continue to work that in these stitches until I reach this marker. Okay, I worked across that number of stitches, and there's my last marked stitch. I'm going to remove that. And this was a front post, so my last stitch will be a back post. And I'm going to place my marker back in that stitch, and then go back to the beginning here, and place a marker in that stitch. So that is the beginning of the textured center front. So now I'm going to work double crochet in each stitch until I get to the last 3 stitches, and I'm going to make front post double crochet in those stitches. So I'll go ahead and I'm going to work across the double crochets, and then I will come back and show you at the end of the row. So just regular double crochet in all of these stitches up to the last 3. Okay, I worked my double crochet stitches. At the end of the row I have 3 stitches, so I'm going to work front post double crochet in all of those 3 stitches. 1, 2, and in the last stitch as well. Okay, so you're going to have a raised section on each of the sides, and then regular double crochet, and then a textured section up in the center. So the next row is going to be a little bit different, but you're going to repeat these 2 rows. I'm going to chain 2, and I'm going to turn. Now I want these to be textured to the outside, so now I'm going to make back post double crochet. Insert into that stitch from the back and complete the double crochet. And in the next stitch as well, yarn around the hook from the back around the post, and then complete the double crochet. And now I'm going to work double crochets up to that first marker. So double crochet in each of the stitches up to the marked stitch. Like that, right up to this marked stitch. Okay, I completed my double crochets and I've reached my first marked stitch. So now I can remove that marker. So I'm going to do again a front post double crochet. And then I'm going to do a back post because I want my stitches to protrude to the front. So if I do a back post in this stitch, it's going to protrude toward the front. You can see that. So I'm going to continue across the row, front post, back post, front post, back post, and I'm going to continue alternating front and back post until I get to this marker. Okay, I worked right up to my next marked stitch. I'm going to remove my marker. The last stitch I worked was a front post, so now I'm going to work a back post. And you can see that this section is protruding out to form that texture. Now I'm going to work double crochets until I get to the end, and then I'll come back and show you what to do at the end of the row. Okay, I went ahead and I worked across my double crochets, and there's my last 3, and this is going to be the front, and I want these stitches to protrude to the front, so I'm going to work 3 back post double crochet in those stitches. So 1 back post double crochet, 2 back post double crochet, and the last one is in that turning chain, again from the back, around that turning chain, and complete the double crochet. Like that. And I'm going to turn it to the front. And I know that this is the front because I have my band going down the side, and then the sides, they're going to be protruding to the front. And then I'm going to, again, mark my stitches. If you're experienced at crochet, you won't need to mark your stitches because you'll see that you're getting there. You'll notice when you reach that section. So you're just going to repeat these 2 rows over and over until the poncho is the length that you would like it to be. And you can make a long poncho, or you could make a cropped sweater. And after you're totally finished and you have your poncho the right length, you're then going to complete 1 more row at the very top, which is going to be alternating the front post and the back post double crochet. And this is what it will look like. You're going to have your band on the bottom. You're going to have a band running up the 2 sides, and then your textured panel down the center. And then when your poncho is long enough, you're going to work 1 more row of alternating front and back post double crochet. And then you can fasten off, and you're going to make 2, and you're going to join them at the shoulders. And then down the sides, you can either sew them together, or you can do as I did and just sew some large buttons that go right through both sections and attach the front and the back together. And that's all you need to know to be able to crochet this easy poncho. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.